It's your girl, it's your girl, it's your girl, it's your girl. Y'all, what's up? Listen, I wanted a pizza. So guess what I did? I made one. So these are some of the ingredients that I used for my cauliflower pizza. And if you like pizza, trust me on this one, you will absolutely love this pizza. You will not be able to tell the difference in the cauliflower crust and a regular crust. But there are some key points to making this cauliflower pizza crispy, and I'm going to show you how I make my cauliflower pizza crispy. Y'all got to try these pepperonis. They are so good. And so this is just some of the things that I like to put on my pizza. Whatever toppings that you put on a regular pizza, that's what you will use on this pizza. I like the baby spinach. I just cut it up and I just throw it right on top of the pizza. If you want broccoli, cauliflower, or something else on top of your pizza, listen, this is your recipe. You do whatever you want to do. Y'all see how careful I'm holding them eggs? Those eggs way too expensive to be falling out of the container. So those are the kind of eggs that I use. And listen, when you're following a recipe, make sure you are using the kind of eggs you want. Make sure you're using the kind of seasonings you like. Make sure you're using the things that you like. You have to make this recipe and all other recipes, make them your own. I'm just showing you how I do it and how I like it. These are some of the things that I put on it. I cut up the spinach. You can cut it up. You can, sometimes I actually just put it on top, but I kind of like the spinach cut up. It just kind of cooks a little better once you put the cheese and all that on top and you put it in the oven. And I like the mushrooms too, but I like these things cooked, so I just put them on top, and once I put them in the oven and it comes out, it's just amazing. Look how big this cauliflower is, y'all. But do you know that you can actually buy the cauliflower already riced? I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know why I took myself through this. Y'all, listen, make this recipe a little easier than what I did. Go to Trader Joe's or whoever sells the cauliflower in the bag already riced. What difference would it make? I did all this for nothing. And I kind of probably did it because I already had this cauliflower in the refrigerator and I wanted to use it up. But the next time, boo, when I get ready to make a cauliflower pizza, guess what? I'm going to buy the cauliflower already riced, because it just gotta be easier than what I just did. So listen, you can do it either way though. I'm just telling you how I plan on doing it the next time. Don't that cauliflower look really good though? And I haven't tried doing cauliflower riced any other way, but I had so much cauliflower left over, so I'm sure I'm going to do something with the leftover cauliflower, because it will not go to waste. So after I riced it, I was kind of trying to figure out how am I going to get it in the bowl. So I've tried a couple of different ways, and then I just decided I'm going to scoop it out. I really only needed like 2 cups of the riced cauliflower. So according to my recipe in my cookbook that y'all see down there on the stool, it's my very first cookbook. That's where I got this recipe from. So after I riced the cauliflower, I don't know, this was another step that you can skip, because I just kind of warmed it up on top of the stove to get some of the water out of it, but found out that it really wasn't necessary at the end to do this step. So please, by all means, don't go through all this trouble. You don't have to try to get some of the water out by putting it in a pot, because I still had to squeeze the water out of the cauliflower. But you can do this if you like. I wanted to just do this without squeezing it, but then I noticed that the water still wasn't coming out of the cauliflower, and I know as much water as you get out of the cauliflower, it makes it more crispy, and I wanted that like that crispy pizza crust. I didn't want something when you pick it up it kind of like falls apart. So if you want to do this part, you definitely can, but the very next time I do a cauliflower pizza, I'm going to make it as easy peasy as possible. I am going to buy the cauliflower already riced, and I'm not going to warm it up in the pot. I'm just going to put it in this towel. I'm going to wring all the water out of it, and that's going to be it. So this is the towel that I'm going to put the cauliflower in. You just need like a clean dish towel, not the one that you wash your dishes with, boo. Go to the store and get a bigger dish towel. See, enjoy the journey. Make sure you go to the store and get a clean, one of the bigger dish towels. You see how this is not the one that you actually wash dishes with. I guess you're supposed to dry your dishes with this towel, but I really don't. I just went to the store and I bought it, then I washed it. But anyway, listen, no matter what you do, please put the cauliflower rice in a towel, because you can't even imagine how much water actually will come out of this cauliflower. I had no idea. And I think that's 4 cups. I ended up putting 4 cups of cauliflower in the blender, in the, what's that thing called? In the food processor, y'all. And when I tell you, look at all the water that is coming out of that cauliflower, I'm thinking, oh, this is not going to be that bad. I'm actually doing a TikTok too, all at the same time. I'm just that good, doing a YouTube video and a TikTok at the same time. I just wanted to show y'all how cool I am. So listen, I'm still squeezing out all the water in the out of the cauliflower. Now, when you put it on the stove, it's supposed to take some of the water out. Y'all, listen, Bo, I don't think a drop of water came out from me putting it on the stove. So I decided I better get a towel and squeeze all this water out, because all this work right here that I'm doing to make this cauliflower pizza good, I didn't want to have a flimsy, fall apart pizza crust. So that's why I just said, let me go ahead and squeeze it all out. And listen, maybe you have a little more strength than I do, but it took me a while to squeeze all that water out of that cauliflower. And I videoed most of it because I wanted y'all to see how long it takes, or how long it took me in real time. So it's just squeeze until you get as much water out of the cauliflower as you possibly can. Now, if you like your crust a little flimsy, by all means, you don't have to squeeze all the water out. But I wanted my cauliflower crust to be as firm as possible. Kind of wanted it to taste like a regular flour pizza dough. So that's why I just kept squeezing until I got 90. I really feel like I got at least 90% of the water out of this cauliflower. And you know, I'm exaggerating. It really wasn't that bad. But look, I was going to put the water in a measuring cup to see actually how much water came out. But y'all, this was already enough work, so I decided I wasn't about to finna do all that. I was just going to hurry up and get this pizza done, because guess what? Y'all, look, all that water out of 4 cups of cauliflower. That's a lot to me, you know. So just imagine leaving all that water in the cauliflower and baking it to make a pizza dough. It wouldn't have held up. It would have just fell apart the minute you picked it up. So make sure you at least do this step. You may not, you may buy the cauliflower already riced. You may not cook it on the stove, but this step right here, boo, you better not skip it, or your cauliflower rice will be a hot, warm, stank mess. See, y'all, this is how it looked after I squeezed all the water out of it. Don't it really it almost looks like mashed potatoes, or it almost looks like a little dough. But this is how you want it to look. You want it to look extremely dry. You see how that looks? Like I said, it looks like mashed potatoes, but it's really, really dry, and it's going to make an amazing, amazing pizza crust for you and your family and friends to enjoy. But this right here, boo, this kind of pizza right here, I don't share this with a lot of people. You know why? Because it's a lot of work. Well, it's not I don't want to discourage you and tell you it's a lot of work, because the work that you put into it, it is so worth it. So make sure after you, I was going to measure it out. I was hoping I had at least 2 cups of cauliflower, because you know I added 4 cups, right? But after I squeezed all the water out, it looked like some of it disappeared. I think it did. So it went from like 4 cups of cauliflower, that's what it looked like, to 2. But at the end, you're gonna see where I get 4 pizza crust out of this. So you'll see it looks like it multiplies once you add the other ingredients to it. So now if you don't like this kind of cheese, sweetheart, go and get the kind of cheese you like. This is just the kind of cheese that I got, from Wegmans, and it worked for me. So make sure you're adding some cheese to your crust, because that's kind of what's going to hold this crust together. And then I used the eggs, and that's 3 eggs, and that was too many. So I really should have only added 2 eggs to this recipe, but it was a little eggy, but it still turned out really good. So use 2 eggs instead of 3 if you're going to do the 4 cups of riced cauliflower, but it still turned out amazing. And so now I'm going to add the seasonings to it. And like I said, listen, When you're making a recipe, you use the seasonings that you like. But these seasonings really, really works for this pizza though. So as you see, I use some garlic powder. Now y'all, not salt, because I try to keep this as healthy as I possibly can. Nothing is 1,000% healthy, but I try to do my recipes to make them just a little more healthier than the average, say, pizza, right? What is that? That is basil. Like I said, these ingredients really worked well with this pizza. So if I was you, I would actually use these same seasonings, because they really, really, really made this pizza taste absolutely amazing. And that's oregano. So why don't y'all just try the basil, oregano, and the garlic powder, and just see how you like it, because I loved it, and my family loved it, and I think you'll like it too. So make sure you're mixing all those things together to incorporate them, because now you're going to form it into a dough. See how much more that's looking like a dough? I tried to tell you that it really do turn out like dough. And you know, some people won't even know that it's cauliflower crust unless you tell them. So now I'm going to form the dough. That's what I'm doing, the pizza dough. And you can pick it up with your hands, do whatever you want to. This is your food. This is your recipe. You do what you want to do, boo. So see here, I got it in like a semi-ball or something. So now I wanted every drop of my cauliflower out of that bowl. So now I am going to, I don't know what I was trying to figure out here. All I needed to do was cut the dough into 4 pieces, because I decided that I was going to make 4 smaller pizzas than one big one, because I kind of wanted to do 4 different kind, because I no longer eat tomatoes, right? So I wanted to do a pesto. Have y'all ever had pesto in a pizza? Let me know, because this was my first time using pesto sauce instead of a spaghetti sauce. So I made 4 different kinds of pizzas, because my sister wanted one kind, I wanted a different kind, and then I had someone else that wanted a different kind. And then I also wanted to freeze one of the doughs to see how it would do the next day after being frozen. And guess what, y'all? That frozen one this morning I made for breakfast, it was still delicious. It tasted just as good as it did the day before I froze it. So you can make these, and then if you don't want to use them all, you can freeze some of the cauliflower dough to use at another time, because you know they sell frozen cauliflower crust, right? So if they can freeze their cauliflower crust, I was like, hey, why can't I freeze my cauliflower crust? So that is exactly what I need. Isn't this really cool though, y'all? I am making 4 different pizzas just to see which one I like the best, because then I'll know. But I think when I do this again, I still might, cut the dough in half so that it's not one big pizza. So here I am just kind of forming a circle, or whatever shape you want your pizza in. If you want it in heart shapes, whatever shape is, if it's for kids, just have fun with it. This is your recipe. You do it like you like. This is just the way I liked it. I just want to kind of show you what I do. So I am just pushing them down, making my little circles. I think they are so cute. Make sure you use parchment paper, because you don't those look good? Make sure you're using some parchment paper so that they don't stick. I set the oven on 500 degrees. Now first you cook the cauliflower pizza dough, pizza crust first before you add toppings. Now don't they look good? Those are fresh out of the oven. But what I decided to do today, I'm going to cook them on both sides. The first time don't that look good? The first time I did this, I didn't cook it on both sides. I don't know how much it really matters if you cook them on both sides, but I was just trying something different. So you can do it either way. You can flip it over and cook it on both sides, or I could have really put my pizza toppings on top without cooking the other side, but I'm experimenting here just to show you which one I liked better. And then you know what? You decide when you're making your pizza how you want to do your crust, what you want to put on it, what seasonings you want. I think I cooked that 10-15 minutes. See, I didn't cook it that long on the other side. I kind of just wanted to get just a little bit more color on the other side. And so that's why I decided to do both sides. And now y'all listen, look how good that is. That looks good enough to just eat like that. I didn't try that. I just might try that the next time. Just eat one just like that as a bread substitute, because they do have those in the store, the cauliflower bread or something they call them, where you just eat it by yourself. Okay, so listen. So this is me and my sister. She wanted, well, I got pizza sauce for her because I didn't think she'd like the pesto. So here we are going to put our own pizzas together. We're going to put the toppings on it that we like. She's making it with the red pizza sauce. I am going to make mine with the pesto. Y'all, this pesto really tastes good. Like, it has a nice strong taste to it. And the guy in the store told me, hey, listen, don't use too much of that pesto because it's really strong, right? So I just put a little bit on there. But I really, really, really did not miss the pizza sauce on my pizza, because I really actually could not tell the difference. So now we're just going to keep building on to our what would you call these, our little pizzas. Okay, my sister's going to put what she likes on hers. Y'all, when I tell y'all these pepperonis was the bomb.com, you got to look those up. I got them from Wegmans. I forgot what they're called, uncured or some, they're supposed to be a healthier version of pepperonis. And so now I'm going to put some spinach on mine, because I don't know, I mean, what else do you put on a pizza? Whatever you like, put it on a pizza. I'm making this other one right here for someone else. I love when I cook for someone else to try my food, to say, oh my God, that was good. Like, I want somebody else's opinion besides my own, how my food tastes, right? So that's why I try to make enough to share, so that I can get someone else's opinion. Then I'll know the next time that I make it, do I need to make changes or something? Or did I score like with that? And y'all, this pizza here was a big hit. I'm trying to tell you, it was a big hit. So let me see what else I'm putting on mine. I'm putting mushrooms. I'm putting onions. And when I tell you, that all came out so good. When you do this recipe, please let me know that you tried it, so that I can see how you liked it and what you put on your pizza. Because when I tell you, mine was awesome. It was delicious. My sister kept saying, oh my God, this pizza is so good. Girl, this pizza is so good. She said, it don't even taste like cauliflower, because she really is a picky eater. So if you have a picky eater in your family, make this pizza, cauliflower pizza. Don't even tell them it's cauliflower. Let them taste it first, and they won't even be able to tell the difference. It's almost like tricking kids to eat vegetables. It's like tricking kids to eat vegetables, right? So if you love pizza, you gotta try this recipe. Make sure you add whatever you like. If you don't like sauce, I meant to do one with no sauce just to see how it turned out. But child, me and my sister got to talking, and we got to wanting something to eat right quick, and totally forgot all about leaving one empty. So listen, make sure, and you know what, you can make this a project with you and the kids, you and the hubby, you and some friends. Have a pizza party where everybody build their own pizza, because that's what me and my sister did. We really had a lot of fun putting these pizzas together. Listen, y'all, make sure when you put your toppings on your pizza, put a little seasoning on it, because that will make the pizza pop. And y'all know I like everyday seasoning on pretty much everything. This is the one that I froze, and it came out so good the next day. I had another pizza, y'all, for breakfast this morning. You hear me? And it was just as good as it was when we first made these pizzas. My sister is loading up on that cheese, man. She said, oh, I love cheese. I said, I know. So if you like a lot of cheese, put a lot of cheese. If you like a lot of anything, please make this pizza your own, y'all. We put it back in the oven. Look how good these pizzas came out, y'all. And I'm missing one because, like I said, I kept one out so I can freeze it. These pizzas came out absolutely amazing. So make sure that you share your pizzas like I did. Make sure you share your pizzas with your family and friends. Make sure you share this video. And thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really appreciate it. Here's the pizza when we were done with it. It was super duper delicious. Make sure you share. Bye-bye.